So I've just opened an empty folder over here. So I'll open the folder on VS Code. So to open that folder on VS Code, just click on this empty space above. So if you click, then you write CMD. So this will open the folder on your command prompt. So I have the folder open on my command prompt over here. So I'll open the folder on VS Code. So to do so, I'll simply write code, then I'll give space, then period, and I'll press enter. So now we have our folder open on VS Code. So simple click here to trust the authors. So after that, you click over here. So this is the folder Python over here. So I can create a new Python file over here. So to create a file, you simply click over here. So I want to organize my things in folders so that each lesson will have its separate folder. So I'll create a folder here for our first lesson. So I can call it one. So let me just write one. So meaning our first lesson. So I'll click on this one folder. Then I'll create a new Python file over here. So I can simply call this something like maybe lesson.py. So .py. So make sure to have this .py over here. So this .py means that we are creating a Python file. So let me increase the font so that you see everything. So we have this over here. So lesson.py. After that, you press enter. So I have this one folder. Inside the one folder, we have our lesson.py. So inside the lesson.py file, we can then print something. So I can simply write print. Then I'll open. Then I'll simply write hello world. So I can simply run this file. So to run the file, I'll minimize this. Then I'll open back to my command prompt. So this is the command prompt. So I'll have to navigate inside the one folder. So to navigate inside the one folder, I'll use CD. Then I'll write one. So if your folder is demo, if the name of the folder is demo, instead of one, just write demo. So I'll simply clear this, then I'll use the one over here. Then I'll press enter. So we are in the one folder. So to run the Python file, you simply write Python, then the name of your file. And the name of the file is lesson. So if I open, we'll have the lesson file over here. So Python, then I'll write lesson, then I'll put period, then I'll put py again. So this will run the file. So if I press enter, we'll have hello world here. So there's another way of doing this. Instead of going through all this stress, we can have an extension that will cater for everything. So click over here to navigate to the extension. Then you search for, is it Code Runner? So I think it's Code Runner. So search for the Code Runner extension. So this is the extension. I already have the Code Runner extension installed. So let me uninstall it and install it back. So just click on this install over here to install the Code Runner extension. Wait for it to install. So I have it installed. After that, always open the Python file. So this is the Python file. So let me try to remove this so that we'll have this like this. So you can right click, then you can select this run code. So after selecting run code, we'll have our code run over here. So this is the hello world. So instead of going through all that stress, you can simply right click and then you can run your code to view it on VS Code. So I can also print a number. So I can come down, then I can have a print. So to print a number, I can just write 39. So I'll simply use Ctrl+S to save. So always save the file before you run it. Then I'll right click again, then I'll run my code. So we'll have 39 over here. So you can always right click and then you can clear your output so that you have an empty output. So I can also have 39 plus. So you can have any mathematical equation over here. So 39 plus 30. So I can run the code and then we can have this over here. So I can change this to multiplication. So asterisk for multiplication. And then I can run the code and we'll have this over here. So let me clear the output and let me close. So we have our first Python file already running on our system.